That's how I would answer that. And you're looking at me like I'm an idiot, so you don't agree with me, but
I will, for the record, I will never look at you like you're an idiot. I have too much respect for you
I
to
look
think
at
of
you
you
like
as
you're an idiot all the time.
because you don't have the same respect for me. However,
Hello, and thank you very much for downloading this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can download many more episodes at movieguyspodcast.podbean.com.
and at night, if you hear weird noises, don't be alarmed. I am fine. I am Lars. We're talking about heavyweights. Oh, I've been waiting forever to talk about heavyweights. I'm so excited. Oh my God. Eric, how the hell are you doing?
Also excited about this. My favorite conspiracy theory that I've read so far that this is the prequel to Dodgeball.
It is.
I am
I don't care what
excited.
anybody's.
I've just
Yes.
learned about this. I also just learned about the ending, the after credits scene. Thank you, Sarah, to this. So, how much do you know about this, Sarah? If you're introducing me to new scenes in the movie.
That's because when we finished watching the movie, I turned on the trivia, or I looked up the trivia on IMDb.
Oh.
And saw that there was an after credit. And I mean, like, after post credits, all the credits have run. There is a 10-second clip at the end of this movie. I had never actually seen it before, so that was my first time watching it with you.
And we were talking off air, and we thought it was a great discussion. So we're kind of going to start off unorthodox here. But we were talking about if this movie is considered to be offensive nowadays compared to coming out in February of 1995. And Eric, you were having some good points, so I'm kind of open the floor up to you. And I think you and I are on the same page. I don't find this movie offensive. I think this movie still holds up. What do you say, Eric?
Well, I really don't know what is offensive. Is the main. I don't want to get it twisted that the main argument that is being offensive is just because they are being insensitive to these people's weight, who signed up and paid money to go to a fat camp. Right? Some involuntarily, I guess, but sold on to it. No, they all went pretty.
I think they all went voluntarily. A lot of them were coming back for, the second, third, fourth time. The one camp counselor had been there 18 years. But I think they also just don't frame it as a fat camp. Like, we're here to lose weight, guys. Like, we're here to, go on the go-karts and play on the blob and have fun. We might feed you some healthier foods than you used to, and that's why the kids are sneaking in salamis and candy and all the things. But I don't think it's sort of your traditional view of a fat camp.
Is there a fat camp? Does that still exist?
I just Googled that. Yes, there are.
Okay, so then again, I'm kind of with Eric. What is offensive?
But I think they phrase it as like, we're a health retreat. Like, you're not sending your 12-year-old to a fat camp.
Well, reaching for that aside, let's go maybe to another one where it's just that they just show, I guess, fat people, can I even call them that, in a just, I don't know, a negative light. I don't even think that they were calling each other or teasing each other that much as it was against the skinny people.
Right. It was, yeah, there
jocks.
was, yeah. And actually, I don't hear the jocks really, the camp MVP, I don't really hear them doing a lot of weight slurs, if you will.
No, I think it was really obvious. The one counselor who had lost a bunch of weight, and at the beginning they were calling him chicken legs and things like that. That was probably the most teasing about somebody's weight that there was of the whole movie.
Yeah,
right.
I don't know. I thought this movie was a bit more about kind of accepting, like, who you are. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know what you look like on the outside. It's with the inside that counts, and your character being true to yourself.
Yeah.
Dancing on the dance floor, even though no one else is dancing, kind of thing.
And those girls liked him too. Remember those girls when they walked him and they got kicked out? They're like, "Oh, they're nice." See, there was nothing negative about people overweight in this movie at all.
Yeah,
I didn't say there was.
Well, the off-air conversation was my wife thought that this movie would not be suitable for our 6-year-old daughter, and I'm still saying it's nothing. She's seen Thor's butt last year. I mean, this is fine.
Well, what age would be appropriate? 8, 10?
I don't know.
20?
What I was saying is then I think it's appropriate to have a conversation with your 6-year-old about how these guys are maybe saying things that you shouldn't say to people. Like you shouldn't call people fat. Um, and it's more of a conversation, educational moment than anything. Like
Should I,
I wouldn't hesitate to show my 6-year-old this movie.
so instead of fat, should I say like weight impaired? I don't understand. I don't understand.
Why do we have to call them out at all?
Yeah, just
Because
call them
they
by
are
their
what they are.
name. How about that?
Yeah.
Frank the Tank. Yeah, I
Yep.
got him on that one. So yeah, so that again, that was our guys. Welcome to our another episode of Nostalgia Extravaganza. Sarah, hi. I always say hi to you. Yeah, dude, we're already like halfway done with Nostalgia Extravaganza. Can you believe that? Like these retrospectives go by way too fast for me. I have too much fun. I'm already planning next year's. Like it's just crazy. So heavyweights was huge, of course, for me. I'm sure it was big for you guys, right? I mean, no pun intended. I mean, this movie was everywhere in '95. I owned the VHS. If I didn't have the VHS because I borrowed it, somebody borrowed it. I got it from the video store. I mean, this movie was constant. This and Camp Nowhere were like the competing camp movies.
Whoa,
Remember
yeah,
Camp
that's
Nowhere?
right.
Right.
I don't know if I've ever seen that one.
It was Christopher Lloyd in that one, I believe.
Yeah, he plays a thief or a burglar or something like that, and he has to pretend that he's a camp counselor, and then he has a heart of gold at the end.
Of course.
And
Right.
and that one dude, right? The '90s heartthrob dude, Andrew Keegan.
Oh, of
Um,
course.
watching this movie, I
Scott
was like,
Alba
oh
in
my
that?
god,
Damn.
there are tons of the Mighty Duck kids in this, and then I
Yes.
realized that it's the same writer.
Steve Brill.
And my wife was like the main character. What, Jerry? Is that right?
Mhm.
The main kid. He was in the Mighty Ducks as like a small part character. So this was his time to shine.
Yeah,
So-
he was in there, and geez, he also did D2, D3, and a lot of Adam Sandler movies.
Oh.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. These guys go on and do Adam Sandler. So, yeah, this movie was big for
Hubie
me.
Halloween.
Yes, the director has done Hubie Halloween. Eric, was this big for you too?
Oh yeah, this was one of those where I'm sure most schools maybe had it kind of in their library for like summer kind of latchkey kids or something in just to kind of put on the something safe to put on the background for an hour and a half. That's the other thing too is that the runtime is just that right amount of time so that the kids aren't inside for too long. Um, but it also just buys that right amount so they their attention span gets it and it just kind of moves forward. Right around when they start to get restless and you send them outside or something like that. But yeah, this was a staple, of course, and everything about it held true. I watching it with adult eyes, I caught a little bit more, like the
Right.
capacity sign on the school bus that originally said what capacity, like
25.
24, 25 people, and then it was crossed out and put 22 people
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it's a fat camp.
Mhm.
But yeah, Keenan is fantastic. Of course, dude never disappoints.
Yeah. And he's the longest reigning cast member, right? On SNL too.
Oh yeah,
Like 20 years.
Yeah, without a doubt. And just everyone involved in this has been fantastic. Hold on, let me pull up the cast. Who's the David Goldman? Is that his name? Who's the Goldberg guy?
Did a lot of drugs. Have you seen his mugshot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sad story. And then also, I have it googled here that Joseph Wayne Miller, the kid who played Salami Sam, he also died. He's 36 years old when he died.
Oh,
In
so
his
my
sleep, I
age.
think.
Ooh, that's not good. Sarah, I always like to hear from the young female perspective, right, as growing up. Was this movie
Mhm.
big for you?
I
Was this-
remember
was this-
watching this movie as a kid. Yeah, this
Okay.
was one that at my mom's daycare I remember watching in the summer. Same kind of thing.
Right.
In the afternoon, it's hot out. We're gonna watch a movie for a little while, and this was in the rotation.
Yeah.
We would either get it from the video store down the road or whatever. And yeah, and I think it holds up. Like this doesn't have the the Brave Little Toaster effect, where you remember certain scenes as being pretty good, and then the rest of it was like, wait, that happened in this movie?
Right.
Like, this was a pretty solid movie all the way through, watching it as an adult.
I totally agree with you, right? Yes, I was thinking about Brave Little Toaster. We have not had the Brave Little Toaster effect yet. We'll see next. The next movie is another cartoon.
You know what? I actually was having a conversation with my brother-in-law about something that really struck me with something like this, because our niece is kind of responding to movies more often now, and there's a lot more animated movies now than there are live action movies.
Sure.
If we were to kind of take Disney's attempt at whatever the heck it is they're doing, but a lot more animated, of course. And it seems that he was complaining that she responds better to live action, to people on screen, than she does cartoons. And it just got to me thinking that there were a lot more like Heavyweights, a lot more family friendly, just kind of, I don't know if it was just because I was in that time, or there has to be way more animated movies now, right? It really does seem like they're everywhere. But yeah, that we're missing out on the live action family movie.
Well, technology, right? I mean, this is the same year that Toy Story came out, that summer. This came out in February of 95, and Toy Story came out in the summer of 95. That changed the game. When this movie came out, this was a world before Toy Story. So that's what I think is the grandfather of it all, right?
Is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, is that like a family appropriate thing? I don't know.
Yeah, that's like older kids, I think.
It's like a tween.
So,
not quite tween.
We've already established that these kids are going to a fat camp. I will argue one thing, though. So we get the owners, who are Ben Stiller's real parents, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's a fat camp. I mean, not once watching this movie do they show that this is a fat camp. These kids run amok. Nobody's responsible for these kids. I think that Ben Stiller's parents in the movie just say, "We have a camp. See you later." There is no healthy food. I think one of you guys made that statement earlier about healthy food. There is no healthy food. Nobody's watching these kids. Even the counselor is a big guy himself. Now, don't you? And I also found this as an adult funny. The main dude, whatever his name is, I forget.
Jerry?
Jerry?
No, not
Or
Jerry.
Pat?
Pat, the older guy. Pat's supposed to be our age. He's supposed to be 36 in this movie,
Oh, Lord.
right? And Ben Stiller's supposed to be 30. We did the math. We did the math.
Okay.
Just from the actual actors' birth dates.
Mhm.
And Pat says he's been coming here for 18 years. Don't you think if you're going to a fat camp for 18 years and you haven't shown a bit of success, maybe it's not the place for you? So that's why I mean,
you're only showing up for the summer. And who knows how long that summer is? What, 2 months maybe?
Maybe more, because they said in the middle of the film, Ben Stiller says, "You're going to lose this weight by Labor Day."
Okay, so maybe we're saying,
Well,
end of the school
June,
year, so
July.
like mid-June to end of August. So 2.5 months.
Right. God only knows.
These events do happen pretty quick into their summer.
Right.
We could then say that, because you don't know this, Jordan. What if, like a sheep's wool, they shed it off in the summer and then they gain it all back in the winter?
I mean, that's a very possibility or plausibility. You like that?
Yeah.
But no, I just found that funny right at the beginning, where the salesman of the camp is at Jerry's house with his parents, and they're like, "Come see the blob and go-karts," and not once did they say, "You're going to lose weight here." So
No,
like that's
you're right.
They did. What the promotional video had Pat saying that. Yes. He said that
Pat may have said, "Hey, you'll have fun here too," but he didn't say anything in the promotional video about "You're gonna come here and lose weight."
he did, because that's when Jerry reacts that this is a fat camp. That's exactly.
I thought it was just when he sees Pat in the lake, and Pat like holds up the kids' hands, and they're all like, "Yay!" And it's really obvious they're all the same body type. When Jerry is like, "Huh, this is a fat camp."
I'm agreeing with Sarah.
I don't know if he's associating it with like, this is a fat camp, I have to lose weight here, or if it's just a fat camp where all the kids are overweight and all the boys. Excuse me, there's no girls in this movie.
No.
Except for the girls in the other camp and the nurse.
God, I wish I was in that camp. No, this is clearly not a fat camp. So then we go to camp.
I'm gonna put money on this. Oh my goodness! Should I put this on right now? Oh my
Yeah,
goodness!
do it right now on air. Why not? Not once do they say this is a fat camp in the promotional video.
Where? Oh, okay. Keep going.
He's
Keep
going
going.
to do it. I got more to say that he needs to be involved in, but I'm telling you. I mean, like, I'm totally right, Sarah. I'm on your team on this.
I mean, I could go either way.
What happens? What happens when I'm right and Eric's wrong?
The world explodes.
I'm just asking.
I'll admit if it happens, but I could very much see it in my head. A Mandela effect, clear as day. That Pat says something to the remark that this is a fat camp. Hey, we're fatties here, or you want to lose weight or something like that. And that's when Jerry says, hey, wait a minute. Because his dad, played by Jeffrey, yeah, is just very blunt and crass. He's just, no, this kid's fat. You need to go to this camp, lose some weight. And he makes comments about it the entire movie as well, too. So that might be an insensitive thing. His character, who's completely unforgiving.
Yeah, he's very mean. He sees his kid after not seeing him for the first time in like a month. And he's like, you haven't lost any weight.
Yeah, he's like, yes, he looks the same.
Yeah. What did you expect?
But then Jerry, the kid, says at that moment in time, he's like, but I feel great. And that's what matters.
Yeah.
So there's one thing that I call BS on, one thing in this movie. And the one thing that I call BS on is that when Jerry is on the plane and he meets Keenan and they get on the bus, he's automatically friends. Now, I guess one would argue because they're all fat together, but we were all kids at this age. Eric, you and I were young boys at this age. Young boys are not this welcoming to a new person in their group. And I'm like, no, that's BS. That's BS. But other than that, though, who cares? I mean, that's the only gripe I have with this movie is just how welcoming they were to him. Eric is still looking this up. God, I'm going to prove him wrong. Hey, Sarah, I got it.
Yes, Jordan.
If you and I are right, he has to say yee on air.
Oh, no.
Oh, good gravy. Please be right.
They're making friends here.
Yes.
Please be right. I really hope. Okay, he's playing it. He's playing right now.
Hold on.
All right, he's going to do it.
Oh, because Camp Hope is a fun way to lose weight, Pat says.
That's it.
In the promotional video.
That's all he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Pat Finley. I've been coming here since I was 10 years old. Want to know why? Because Camp Hope is the fun way to lose weight.
That's it.
And that's when they stop and Jerry goes, "It's a fat camp. Are you crazy?"
Oh yeah. So there you go.
So who's right and who's wrong?
It's a little bit.
Sarah.
He never comes out and says it's a fat camp. He just says it's a fun way to lose weight.
It's a fun way. Hey, going golfing with you, Eric, is a fun way to lose weight. Doing a podcast with you is a fun way to lose weight, big guy. It means anything.
It's not. But
surviving night terrors is a big way.
Right. Well, if you had night terrors and I was going to send you to a group that also with people that also had night terrors, by the way, not a night terror camp. No. It just happens to be a group of people who all are there to kind of work out their night terrors.
Speaking of night terrors, let's get into the crux of this movie. So Jerry and all the friends are excited. They have their hiding of salami. I don't know, salami was a stereotype, or is it just because it's something fun to put in the movie? I don't get the salami thing.
I think it's fun in the movie, and it's just not healthy.
Oh, okay.
Well,
I mean, I was just like,
I think it's also like because it's kids, and you got to go for that ick factor.
Gotcha. Because that was a lot of salami.
There's some melted chocolate on that.
I was to say the ick factor was the kid with all the melted chocolate, and then the kids are using their hands to eat it. Oh, that was gross.
Gina lost it. She was like, "Oh God," because the guy takes his hand on the belly of the kid, and he's just like, "Oh, it's so disgusting," and he eats it anyway.
This is insanitary, and then he eats it anyway.
Yeah. That guy has an addiction.
20 takes of that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. And they go to their welcome to Camp Hope meeting, and we find out that Ben Stiller and his, well, not Ben Stiller, but Jerry Stiller, right?
Yeah.
And his wife have declared bankruptcy. They have sold the camp to, in real life, their son, but in the movie, they're not. Ben Stiller. This leads into the conspiracy theory. Now, if this was a clear case of a conspiracy theory that's true, this is it. Ben Stiller is playing the same freaking character from this movie to Dodgeball, right? This is not a coinky dink, right? This is not a coincidence.
What, that Ben Stiller can play one character? Like,
No,
it's
have
pretty
you seen
obvious.
it?
Yeah, it is. He has as much range as, let's say, Mike Myers, who can do Scottish and English, and
Oh,
maybe a
come
little
on,
bit
man.
Canadian. Everything else
He
is it's just them yelling. It's with Mystery Men.
It's like Adam
a-
Sandler.
Along Came Polly, right? It's just him, cool, laid back Ben Stiller, but then I'm gonna freak out.
I have anger issues.
I don't mean to downplay, but that's just kind of
No,
uh
totally wrong.
You're totally right.
Totally wrong. Because I'll tell you exactly what happened. I have my backstory with this, right? The guy fails at the camp, and then 10 years later, because exactly 10 years later, Dodgeball comes out, right? And now he does this Globo Gym thing. He's playing the same character. By the way, shout out to Ben Stiller. Well, there's a lot of moments in this movie where his shirt's off. Dude is jacked.
yeah.
I wish I looked like Ben Stiller. That guy was like just jacked up, and that was not fake. I was impressed. I was
And
impressed.
also, I will say, you know what, you were right, Jordan. I could be having a Mugatu moment myself, actually, where I'm seeing all of his characters as the same. And am I taking crazy pills? These are all the same characters, and then, no, yeah, they are all in fact different.
No, I really think that the
Latigua,
people
Blue Steel.
I I really nice. I really feel that the writers of Dodgeball was like, "Hey Ben, remember that movie you did 10 years ago? Do that." I mean, because it's the same character, man. So Ben Stiller comes in because he buys the camp, and he's completely turning this non-fat camp into this child labor camp, right? That's what they're trying to have us believe. And then we meet my favorite character, the one I opened the show with, Lars. Lars had me cracking up all the way through. From the time we meet Lars all the way to the end, I freaking love this guy. This actor knew what kind of movie he was making. Like, this guy was hilarious.
He was very fun.
Yeah,
That's it. I was hyping this dude up, and that's all you guys can give me.
Oh no, this guy is a classic case of no small parts.
This guy's amazing. I am Lars.
He
Come on.
he came in Act 2, just with small lines that I'm sure were not even 2 pages, and he crushed it.
He crushed it compared to
stood out.
everybody else. There was that one Asian health guy that said nothing.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, nobody else said anything besides Lars. The screaming that Lars done is hilarious. The dancing, the love machine is just absolutely amazing. Like, everything about it is great. Ben Stiller serves these kids gruel. Right? It was like this like raspberry blueberry paste that he feeds them. So his whole thing
That's
is
called
that
yogurt. That's a parfait.
that's not yogurt. That looked like gruel.
It's Greek
So
yogurt and
that's
arugula salad.
so for the sake of the show, because I know the plot, but for the sake of the show, Ben Stiller is a health nut, and he buys this camp, and he's going to turn. His whole thing is he wants to shoot an infomercial to sell his how to lose weight program. That's the only reason for this, right?
Yeah, more or less.
For the most, more or less. So he's in this fat camp, completely fails every way. He has another one of the kids that is like with him, but also against him because he hides food in a tree trunk as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm curious about this character. Is it Russ is his name?
Is this the kid that used to be a chipmunk?
Yes.
Yeah.
He with his spiky blonde hair, that boy. He had a few
Very 90s.
lines. I'm gonna get him. I remember him from a few things actually.
I've
One
seen
was
him.
McDonald's commercials. He was in a few.
Yeah.
But
I have a,
where are you? What's your character name? Why
now,
can't I see you?
I also said to Gina that I feel that this movie is the number 2 best 90s race scene at the end. And she goes, second, what's number 1? And I said, Airborne.
Mm.
Yeah.
And she was like, what's that? And I
Oh,
was like,
yeah.
Jack Black. And then I showed her the trailer and she was like, oh my God, why didn't you review that? And I'm like, oh my God, why didn't we review that?
You have
Because
the movie.
I don't need to watch it again.
What?
You have the movie on that USB.
Airborne?
Airborne
Yes.
The original from the 90s? You gave it
Yes.
to me?
on the USB.
In my TV right now, you
Right
gave
now.
that to me? I'm watching Airborne tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Instead of
Yes.
Babadook.
You're
Instead of
welcome.
Yes. Okay, look, nothing
There you
really
go.
happens in
Gina,
this
that's
film.
appropriate for.
Nice.
kids.
Nothing really happens in this, right? I mean, like this, we got this middle chunk that is just standard follow, storyline, right? We get the bad kids who are camp MVP, who are all jocks that are across the lake from them, who just beats them in baseball. I don't know why the baseball scene was there, really, just to add pity for the kids.
Yeah.
It's just this middle chunk from the time that Ben Stiller's introduced to the time they trap Ben Stiller. It's a really been there, done that. It's actually, I wasn't bored, but I can see that it's a very boring segment. Like this second act is not very well. Agree or disagree?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. It just kind of shows just how bad things are getting, right? About how actually, you know what? I think it might actually contrast with, or actually go along with what happened in the beginning of the movie. The intro to to Jerry, is that here's a kid who just nothing really goes his way. Like
Sure.
every little thing about his life is just a thumbs down, and he gets bad luck every time. The baseball gets kind of knocked over to the fence at his feet. He can't even throw it over the fence, right? He's trying to
Right.
walk past a dog, and a dog is barking at him for no reason. He's just trying to enjoy his walk home. He misses his school bus, right? Just all these things, and he's just a bad luck kid. And he's having this bit of hope. Oh, I'm gonna go to this fat camp. Well, that's his back. He doesn't want to go to a fat camp, but all right, maybe I'll go there. He's making a friend. He makes a friend in Keenan. He meets all these new people. He's having a great time. This is gonna be pretty cool. Things are looking up and coming up Millhouse here. It's looking great. And just when he's about to, get there and feel great, it's all taken away because because the owners had other people write their checks, right?
That's what he said.
Yeah.
Never have anybody else write your checks. I love
And
that.
and that whole promise of having an awesome summer gone. Just his luck.
Right.
And everything else after that is just kind of a ripple of just his luck. It's just, bummer to be Jerry. And that's what makes his triumphant victory at the end so sweet, is because he got it. He did it. He got his wings, I guess, as you could say.
Yeah, right. That was a joke throughout the whole movie that I wish they would emphasize more, right? So he flies in the plane and he goes to it says LA. So I don't know if he's flying from LA or to LA.
I think he's flying out of LA. The movie takes place, well, it was filmed in North Carolina.
Right. So I don't know so that's why I was thinking maybe he was an LA area kid.
Mhm.
Maybe he was friends with the Terminator kid, about the same age, right?
Yeah, possibly.
Possibly.
So where is this camp located? Camp Hope. Is it Western Pennsylvania?
No, it's in North Carolina. It's an actual real camp,
Yeah.
and people have put longitude and latitude online. You can go
Mhm.
there.
Camp Hope, huh?
Well, it's not called Camp
I've
Hope.
driven through the city before.
Oh, well, it's okay, I get you.
It's really beautiful in like the Blue Ridge Mountains, and it's gorgeous.
Not as gorgeous as you.
Whoa.
That was
I'm
a good-
married, man. I am
Soften
married.
up a
I'm
soften up
not.
a bit.
complimenting here. I'm sorry. But Jesus. Just saying.
Laying on the powder, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, I've been with somebody for 15 years. If I didn't know what I was doing, I would have been doing that, right? All the ladies want a piece of Fez. I'm just trying to say. So, also Jerry, no, Jerry has a thing for flying because he wants to ride these go-karts. We get a good moment, with Jerry and Pat and pushing the golf cart. I feel really old, and I shouldn't because Jerry looks old. Not Jerry. Pat looks old. He's supposed to be 36, which is my age, and I'm like, that guy looks older than me. Like,
yeah, the hairline doesn't help.
Yeah, I'm just like, did people at 36 look like they were 50 back then? The dance. We got to talk about the school dance. Well, not the school dance, but, the camp dance. So they say in the movie, which I missed this as a kid, but Ben Stiller puts this dance on to embarrass the kids to make them feel bad because they're fat.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Right? So this is just an all-girl camp. It's not for a reason. They don't explain this is like a Catholic or like a Christian camp. This isn't like cheerleading camp. This is a girl camp.
Right.
That's
just
it.
All girls.
All girls. And the girls want nothing to do with the boys. It's a very iconic scene. And then eventually the guy who was fat that's now skinny dances to Love Machine. Pat joins him. The nurse, who was fun. I love the nurse. She joins him. And then we get this great fun dance sequence. Who hammed it up more? Ben Stiller or Lars?
Ben Stiller.
Yeah, probably.
But I think that's just, like Eric was saying, I think that's the character he always plays, is a very over-the-top sort of person. And Lars was just fun.
Okay. All right, fine. So when is it in the movie where it becomes feel bad for the kids to call your lawyer? Is that when Ben Stiller takes them on a 20-mile hike?
I think they've
been
trying to, right? They've been trying to write letters, and it kind of made a little bit of a hint that they're trying to get out. And as they do that, they also show how crazier and crazier Ben Stiller is getting in this. Tony Perkins, right?
Yeah, but to be fair, though, we never see it, though. We only hear them say it. We don't actually see him do anything too extreme until he goes on this 20-mile hike. He's shirtless, and he completely jumps off a cliff that he had no idea that branch was going to hold him or not.
Well, he was already showing to be extreme in his practices, and even it might not be physically extreme, but like little comments like announcing to the camp that lunch has been, or breakfast and lunch or whatever, food has been canceled due to lack of hustle.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, so I think it's things like that, like excessive exercising, cutting back on food,
humiliation.
Humiliation. Things that if you called Child Protective Services these days would get things shut down very quickly.
I would agree, but this was 95, though. Did Child Protective Services even exist? I said that to be a smart ass. I was.
Yes, they did.
I'm just saying here. I think one of the iconic parts of this movie is Ben Stiller in the electric cage. That's hilarious. So the kids trick him. They make Ben Stiller fall into this hole, and they put him in this electrified cage that gets its power from a bug zapper. Only a kid would think of that, right? I love it. And then we get, I would say, one of my favorite parties on screen, just a food bender of just craziness. I had fun with this. I was like, I wish I was there. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the skinny counselor guy who was just dousing himself in chocolate syrup. It was crazy. Speaking of crazy, too, to kind of go back a little bit, Goldberg pisses off Ben Stiller, so he sends him home, but his dad's a lawyer, and he comes back and he fakes a lobotomy. I think that scene needed to be cut. I thought that was kind of silly.
Yeah.
It kind of took me out of the movie a little bit. I wasn't a fan of that, but this food bender was just
if it was like
great.
One Flew the Cuckoo's Nest kind of a thing, right?
Do you think that was the references?
I don't know. It played out pretty iconically like it, right?
Yes, but then they're also saying that kids from 1995 saw One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which I don't think they did.
Oh, whatever.
Whatever. We get the food bender thing, and okay. Can I just say, skipping ahead, that Ben Stiller escapes miraculously. We get the English kid, right? The kid from London, and he tricks them
Nicholas.
with the Nicholas. Tricks them with a kiss, right? Perfect, right? But I just want to skip ahead that one of my bucket list things to do, and this isn't made up. This is true, and it brought back my memories. One of my bucket list things to do is to make a scene and just smash glass and walk over it and just make a freaking scene. Be like, rah, look at this. I am smashing glass. Respect me. And just watch everybody's faces like your guys's are. To me, it would be funny because I would get the reference. And then people like Eric would know what I'm doing. So he would chuckle. And that's what I'm doing it for. Is people like Eric. You guys are looking at me like I'm stupid.
Well, because I think if I can
I
see
love
it
the audience.
happening in my head, and I just see you having like some sort of Nicolas Cage moment, and that's what everyone was gonna get. I'm just like, I don't know what is he brilliant, or do we need to call the police? I don't know what's happening here. Should we give him money
I'm not
or
serious,
food?
but it would be
I
funny.
don't know.
Wouldn't it be funny? Like, it'd be great if your guys' wedding if I just started breaking glass and
That
walking
would
over.
not be good.
That would not have been funny.
But
That is
Eric
very
would have gotten the
not funny.
reference. He would have gotten the reference, though, and I would
That,
have got the
well,
laugh out.
yeah, yeah, and a bill too.
You promised me beer at my wedding, and I didn't get any.
It happens. Hey, Eric got my reference earlier today when I said lightning just struck my brain, and he sent me a meme of Shmi going, "Oh, that
I
must
just
have
had
hurt."
an apostrophe.
Yeah, that was great. That was great. The reason why I skipped to that scene, I'm joking, but the reason I'm skipping the scene is because this is where Ben Stiller goes off the rails, and I'm trying to figure out what happens. So Ben Stiller escapes, and he does like 3 flips from the balcony to the floor. He smashes glass and walks over this bare feet to prove how tough he is. And then he gets sucker punched in the gut by Jerry's dad, which I guess that was his like I'm a good dad moment, but he's really a jerk. He's still a
Yes.
jerk. I mean, yeah, Ben Stiller deserved to be punched, but Jerry's dad is no love, right?
Jerry's dad punched him only after Tony came after him.
Right, too. Like I just like do I get this whole backstory on Jerry's dad? Like Jerry's dad's like, like the manager of like some car dealership in town. That he just drinks a lot of beer and he's upset with his life. Goes home, smokes a cigarette, has a whiskey.
I mean,
You
he's got a sweet house in California.
What
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah.
is where is Tony Perkins? Tony Perkins' mom. Where is she? His father is at the end of this movie. Where's the mother?
Where's the mother?
Why is he the way he is?
Okay.
Imperative to the storyline. I need
We
to
are
know. I
going-
need to know the motivations behind this character, the true motivations. Why is he the way he
To
is?
be fair, he did say that he was adopted and put through private schools all his life.
But his dad shows up at the end of
Or
the
private
movie, played
tutors.
by Ben Stiller. But where's his mother?
First of all, if you guys do not know who are listening to this, you're referencing 10 Things I Hate About You that was around this time last year, and I still stand by it because it was a teen movie about typical teens and what goes on in teens' life, and they bring up the mom, but we don't know what happened to the mom, meaning that they don't even say, did she die or did she leave? They just said, you had a mom. They don't talk it up. And I'm just like, hey, well, what's...
And it just doesn't matter.
I'm never going to live this down with you, am I?
No, you're not. I'm going to bring it up
That's
every time
branded
I am on
now.
this podcast.
I'm going to be there the day you give birth, and I'm going to just say that to you.
Oh, you will not
Officers,
be.
that guy right there.
Kick him out.
Get him out.
With smashing glass walking to you.
There it is. That would be appropriate.
There we
that
go.
would be. How did Ben Stiller screw up? So he smashes the glass. He gets sucker punched by Jerry's dad. And what he just does a bunch of
He
back
overflipped.
and he just overflips, and that's what stops him. Like
Yeah.
my wife, she was like, that's what stops him? Like she had a memory of something bigger.
No,
I did
that's
too.
basically what happens. Kind of what happens to Spot, or the Spot in the Spider-Verse movie.
Oh, you mean Spider-Man's nemesis?
Listen, She listened to the episode.
I watched the movie.
I didn't like it. So then we get into the Apache relay. So is that? Never mind. I'm not going to go say that.
Hold on. Well, then before we get there, I will bring up something to note that we got to rewatch, and I will wonder your opinion on this as well too. Before the greatest party scene, second greatest party scene, or however you got to see, which I will agree was pretty cool. It's as a kid you're watching that, and that's just like that last bit of innocence that you get as a party, alcohol free, when it's just all just sugar rush energy.
Right.
Before that, Pat is sitting on the deck with the nurse.
Yeah.
And he gets up and he says something to the line of, "I should get up. I should go stop it." Oh man, geez, that looks like
He
it's
says
getting out of hand.
He says I should go down there.
It looks like it's getting out of hand.
It
I
is
should go down
very
there.
vague.
Yes, he should go down there.
I should go down.
Should
there.
he go down there to stop them, or should he go down there because he's so entranced by all the food that's down there, and that's why he's says that?
Oh, okay.
It's a big discussion between the two of us. We rewatched the scene this afternoon. Or this evening. So, do you what was your opinion on what happened?
Or is
in
it
that
not as
scene?
memorable where you can make a call?
Right.
I took
That's
it
fair.
another way, but okay.
Oh, what was your way?
Hold on. Well, the follow up was
Uh-huh.
would be because right after that, as he is going down there in his, I guess, temptation, his for gluttony, there, he's grabbed by the nurse, who says, "Hey, stop! You should stay here with me instead," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got something you can go down on. Absolutely, that's what happened.
He does not say that.
No, but that's what happened off camera. Yes. Yes. Pat got it in.
Oh,
Yep.
no.
And-
Why, Sarah?
now-
Why?
And yes, I agree to that. Absolutely, because the next time that we see Pat, he is cleaned up.
He's lively.
He is showered. He's got a button down on. His hair is washed and parted. He's got he's got his jean shorts on with a belt. And
He's that guy that comes. Yeah.
He comes in, rise and shine, campers. Come on, can I get an amen?
Happy.
Hallelujah! Get on up. Let's go.
Happy as hell. I should go down there and stop them. No, I got something you should go down on. Boom.
Woo!
Pat got it in. You know it, Sarah. Be proud of Pat and the nurse. They're a cute couple.
Her name is Julie.
Whatever.
Let's name her. She has a name.
Fine, she has a name, but in this movie, she's still a nurse. Hello.
No,
nurse.
are you kidding me? Julie saved Camp Hope.
She did.
She banged this guy so well that he got a
Yeah.
camp out of it.
That's true. Sarah, why are you disgusted by this?
I'm not disgusted. I just think it's more wholesome than that.
Oh, no, it's not. Because the next time we see them together, he goes, I'm going to kiss my girl. And she
Yeah.
doesn't struggle. She doesn't struggle.
I'm not saying she shouldn't, but like,
He dips her, Morticia style, Moshireen again, and just goes for it. But because he already got it in.
Yeah,
I don't think he did.
I
but
absolutely
that's
agree to
okay.
that, Jordan. Thank you.
How do I got to get my wife in this? Because I'm telling you, Pat got it in.
Okay, that's your opinion.
It's not. It's a fact.
It's not. They did not show it on screen. Therefore, if you don't see it, it didn't happen.
Through the
No body,
art
no death.
of cinema.
You're
and
not.
acting.
You know what? This is the one time when men and women are different, Sarah. Us
This
men
is the
know.
one time.
Well, there's multiple times, but well, according to some.
All right,
But
Apache relay. We'll agree to disagree.
fine, we'll find out.
I'm
Eric, good
curious
job,
how
Bob.
the opposite of Apache is Greek.
Roman is it Greek?
Offensive. Either way.
Togas? Yeah, very. I would say that's the one thing that does not hold up in this movie is having something called the Apache Relay, and having all these kids dressed as very authentic Native Americans, and then the other camp being dressed as Romans and
Yeah.
wearing togas. I was very confused about
Well,
how that happened.
I'm gonna add some spice to this. I don't know why it's called the Apache Relay. I don't know why it's held at the fat camp. Shouldn't this relay, this athletic event be held at Camp MVP?
All right, so let's assume then, because they're wearing different costumes, that this is an alternating tournament. Oh, and when they host the Apache Relay, where when they host it, they host the Coliseum Games or
Okay.
the Olympics.
Sure.
Or maybe they just decided like every year they change their outfits. Because the one thing that I do call BS on, they'd have nothing Native American in this movie at all up to this point.
No. That's why I was
So,
very confused.
yeah, it makes no sense. I think the name
Well,
sounds
Camp
cool
Hope, it does have teepees on it.
because you camp. You camp in a tent
You
back
do
in the day
camp
at
in
teepee.
a teepee only. That's what we're going in.
I,
Teepees
I'm
and tents are different, though.
kind of the same thing though. You have
Your animal
poles with
skin.
a sheet
You have your
covering it.
yeah.
Animal
Mhm.
skin, plastic. It's the same thing. It's just modernized. I think the name's cool. I think the whole movie started out like the writer was like, I have an idea for a movie, Apache Relay. And he had to get to that point. You know what I mean? Because really you guys are right. Like this whole Apache Relay with them being Indians and the other kids wearing togas makes absolutely no sense. But
You're right from the end, Jordan. And this guy had the Apache Relay and went backwards.
come on, because tell me this doesn't seem like a different movie. From the time the Apache Relay starts, this is kind of a different movie. It goes different.
What's the movie with Jonathan Taylor Thomas and
Jungle to Jungle,
no, and I think Chevy Chase is
Man
his
of the House.
stepdad. Man of the House.
Man of the House.
That's
Okay.
kind of what it reminds me of, where they're like sitting around their little Indian whatever.
Wait a minute, is Man of the House a ripoff of
Mhm.
Jungle to Jungle, or is it the same?
No, Man of the
No.
House was a ripoff of what's the one with Macaulay Culkin and Ted Danson?
I don't
Dad to
know.
Dad to Dad.
Seriously, that's the
There
name of a
were a
movie.
lot of kids movies that were live action back then. Man,
Hence our discussion this weekend with Magnus.
getting even with Dad.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, getting even with Dad. Don't tell Mom the babysitter's dead. Classic. So this Apache Relay's awesome.
Dad to Dad,
We-
Jungle to Jungle. Oh my God.
Terrible. I don't understand how Camp Hope catches up with Camp MVP, right? Because Camp MVP just kills them with the potato sack race.
It's the intelligence portion. They're not very smart, and the little British kid just annihilates
Dumb
them.
jocks.
Right, annihilates them with American history.
He blinds
but,
them with science.
What I'm saying though is that look at the scenes, because I actually watched it twice. It kind of like broke it up. So the gun goes off essentially. The MVP kid annihilates the kid with the potato sack. Then they do like the rock climbing wall, kills that, right?
Mhm.
And then have to run and do other things to get to the intelligence thing, right? The dude already arrives at the intelligence thing, and the Camp Hope kid hasn't even attempted the wall yet.
That's how dumb they are.
Okay. I mean, all right, because what was the first question?
You had to solve for X.
Solve for
Solve for X. And then you had to identify artwork, and then you had to name 5 vice presidents.
I would have gotten the artwork and the vice presidents. The math thing, I probably would have failed on.
You would have
Not good.
gotten the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. The thing with the no eyebrows. Mona something.
Yeah.
Mona something. But of course, we're all leading up to the big go-kart race, right? Which this movie makes you want to go out and buy a go-kart as a kid. And every time that you had an opportunity to ride a go-kart as a kid, you thought of this movie. And you wanted to be Jerry, flying over very dangerously over another kid to get the win, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, and they even say, Pat even says to Jerry, watch out, this guy plays dirty. How do you know that? Doesn't matter. This go-kart race is awesome.
Watch out, this 13-year-old kid plays dirty. I installed some extra hardware on your go-kart that should launch you in the air about 10 feet, kid.
What's it
I
called?
run a camp for fat kids, so thanks for coming back here. Just they put me in one adult for every 15 kids here.
Oh, you put some extra stuff in my go-kart? What's it called? It's called NOS. You'll see it a few years later in a movie called Fast and the Furious. That's exactly what he gave him.
This is This is the
This
prequel
is
to Fast and Furious. This is how Dom
Jerry.
Toretto gets born.
Yeah, Jerry is Dom Toretto because they're both in California. He comes back. He's a little beefier. Changes his name to Dom. This is exactly what happens.
Yeah, it's great.
This makes more sense than John Cena being his brother. Dude, I'm telling you, man. I'm gonna go watch Airborne tonight, but I may still stand with this is the second best because that Airborne with the rollerblades at the end was great. But this is awesome.
I think Airborne holds up. Sarah was in the other room while I was cheering, but
I slept. You started playing it. Yeah, I know. Big surprise. Sarah was sleeping during a movie. Eric turned it on a Saturday morning when I had a headache, so I was sleeping, and I woke up and I could hear whatever movie was playing, and I knew it was Airborne because we had just talked to you about it, and I knew he was going to be playing it. So
I want to know, all due respect, all out of love. You're like the worst reviewer ever. Like, like, Sarah, all your stuff back in the day would have been like, it was great. I fell asleep. Next
okay,
review.
but I
It
always
was great.
come
I
back
fell
to
asleep.
watch it. I always come back and rewatch. It might take me 2 times or 3 times to get through the whole movie, but I will always watch the whole thing before we review it on this show.
I know.
And if it's really important, I will always watch it.
My wife does the same thing. I don't get this. Is this a mom thing? Technically, you're a mom right now.
I'm just tired all the time.
Well, because
And
you're a
if I
mom.
like this is I mean, this has been happening for a long time. Somebody I used to work with referred to as watching watching a movie Sarah style, which where
Nice.
you fall asleep 20 minutes in.
Yeah.
Like I put on my GMEs, I put on a sweatshirt, I curl up on the couch with a blanket, I'm all cuddled up, I'm happy, I'm safe, I'm warm, and I fall right to sleep.
You are a Snuggie person, right? You had a Snuggie at one point.
I've never had a Snuggie.
Don't believe
I've
that.
had 3.
I have a weighted blanket.
Nice. All due respect, I don't think you're a bad reviewer. All we all know this. I just had to give you guff because you give me guff about the mom, and I have to give you guff about falling asleep. Just have to do it. So
I always watch the movie.
So out of respect, Sarah,
Jordan.
what is your popcorn rating for heavyweights?
Oh, this is a large bag.
Yeah.
It was super fun when I was young, and I think it holds up, and I think it's still really fun now. I would show this to my kid one day. I remember quoting this every time we went to the lake with my mom's daycare, and jokingly we would all go, "Buddy!"
Buddy.
Like that's an iconic scene. How can you not enjoy that scene? Like it's a fun movie. And I will most certainly watch it again.
Yeah, same. Thank you for bringing back the buddy thing because that I was losing it. I was, and you guys can see me doing this. I'm drinking a beer, and the camera pans to Lars's face with a close up, and the way his facial expression is with buddy, I went to my knees, slapping the ground. It was hilarious to me. Yes, this movie's a large. This movie may be the highlight right now. I think that's going to be Twister and Godzilla when we get there later this year.
Spoiler alert.
Maybe because those movies were huge, right? But like this movie was fun. I watched it a lot. And I was nervous. I was hoping every time we do one of these for the nostalgia extravaganza, I'm hoping that we don't get another Brave Little Toaster. Fern Gully was close for me. Fern Gully was a close, I'd probably second worst right now. But this movie's fun. If you haven't seen it, go see it. This is a family fun movie. I think it still holds up today. It's a large bag for me. So Eric, what is your popcorn rating for heavyweights?
I would think that like the Mighty Ducks might be my Brave Little Toaster right here. Coincidentally enough, also written by Steve Brill. But just because I'm watching it now, as of course you guys know, as Bombay's the bad guy. This movie still holds up. It's just fun. It's just innocent fun. I could absolutely be biased with the nostalgia extravaganza that we have going on, but it's just fun. You could put it on at any part and pick it up, and you know what's going on. You know what's happening. You could put it on the background. The runtime is obviously always appealing. Everyone's a character, and that's why it works. Is that everyone's just having fun on camera on set, and it just looks like a fun time. I'm sure everyone is having a fun time. Ben Stiller does have that one character that I think, but it works. It obviously works for him, and it works well for everything else. He did the same in Friends too. I think when he was guest starring on that, his little freak out.
Oh, you stupid little duck!
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're squawking about.
Yeah. But yeah, it's Ben Stiller. He makes the characters. Some other actors do their own thing to make their characters, right? Wow. It's my good impression enough. But it's funny because he's so over the top, and when you aren't trying to be funny, it's funny. And he's so crazy over the top where you're just like, this is really intense, but it's so ridiculous of what he's saying and doing, and he commits to that. That's why it's funny, because everyone's just staring at this guy like, what is this? What is he doing? 20 miles? We looked that up. I looked that up to see, because when we went to Norway, we did our hiking trip up and down. How long? It was 15
It
miles?
was only like 5 miles.
5 miles? Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
they're hiking 20 on a mountain or a hill like that, forget about it. So, did I give a rating? Large bag?
No, large. I want to end the show on this one. Did you guys ever YouTube rated R Home Alone or
No.
like Home Alone with blood? You ever YouTube that?
No.
You're talking about the updated one, like with the new Macaulay Culkin, the old Macaulay Culkin doing it?
No, something. Just YouTube Home Alone with blood. Somebody took Home Alone years ago. It came out like 5 years ago, and they edited what a real injury would be to the burglars with blood spattering everywhere. It's hilarious. It's really, really funny. Remember when they get hit with the pipe in the face?
Yeah.
Well, when it cuts to them, their faces are completely smushed in and they're missing their teeth. It's hilarious. I wish they do that for this movie just for Ben Stiller. I wish they would cut to a scene of him just going crazy and running and grabbing. I'm still on that darn tree branch, like just hanging over the cliff. I just want it to snap, and then you just hear like that long, like remember in Casper when the dad falls and he just screams and screams and screams.
Yeah.
I want that to happen for this.
Oh, geez, when he fell into that hole, like that was not.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that was a big fall. He could have definitely broken a leg or two.
Oh my God, it's fun. It was fun. Yeah, thank you everybody so much for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. We know you're listening to us on YouTube, so thank you for that one. Everybody in Brazil, I don't know if you're, yeah. But anyway, thank you so much for listening. Make sure to check us out, Movie Guys Podcast at podbean.com or wherever you get your podcast from. We are on. Thank you so much. We appreciate it, and we'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.